Good afternoon. Today is Thursday or Thursday, a good money workings day, November 21st. We're getting closer and closer to the Thanksgiving holiday here in the United States. If you're watching this on the YouTube replay, the timestamp should be in the box below, in the description box below, so you can get straight to it if you wish, if you want to. We've got a full day ahead of us. When it comes to readings, we're going to start with a general reading for the collective, what you guys need to know now. We'll also do maybe if we have time, we'll do a love reading, but I definitely want to get some personal readings in for Soul Tribe members, subscribers to the live. So make sure you request that early. I think we'll do, okay. We'll do a love reading. We'll do a general reading, and then we'll do a love reading for the collective, a general love reading for the collective. Now is a good time to grab your bottle of water. And we're going to get started. But before, let's see who is here. Hi, Auntie. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Honeybee. Jeannie, hello. Miss Diva, hello. Jada, hello. Florence, how are you? Yes, you found me again. I know there are so many people not only duplicating my page, but they're like taking a screenshot and then using my voice. I mean, imitation is very, very flattering. Just don't get caught up in the shenanigans of the people that like to duplicate my page. I will never, ever, ever, ever in a million evers reach out to you first. If I'm going to DM you, I'm going to let you know I'm DMing you. I won't just magically appear in your inbox. So be careful of not just people impersonating me, but people also impersonating other people that you follow. It seems to be especially bad this month, and I don't know why. I really don't. I've tried to figure it out, and I just can't. Right? People have been trying to report the pages. People have tried to block the pages. It's just, you block one, two pop up. And no matter which ones I block, they always seem to have access to my content, right? So that does very little to deter them. Hi, Malu. How are you? Auntie. Hi, Classy. How are you? Jasenia. Miss Nicole, I saw like the first part of your message, and no, I am human, yes, but I'm also a business owner that takes customer service very, very serious. I've been in customer service since I was 17, so it's kind of like indoctrinated in me, right? So you're just going to have to deal with it. Gina, how are you? Hi, Loka. Hi, Jen. Sunny, how are you? Ooh, I can't wait to see the text. I can't wait to see the text. Kim V, thank you. I've been called too fast. What is too fast? What does that mean? Do you have any tips for beginners? Be careful. Be really, really careful about who you share your information with, who you share your gifts with, what you consume, not just what you eat, right? But what you're watching on Netflix. And what are you streaming? What are you watching on social media? What are you giving your energy to? Right? And take your time, and your time, and my time, and Sheila's time, and Bobby's time, all different types of timing, Miss Diva. Take your time. And when you're ready, get a strong mentor that aligns with your values and find a soul tribe, right? a group of like-minded individuals, and I'm going to try to get this name right. Sion Griffiths? Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Miss K, how are you? All right, my loves. Hi, Justice. We're going to get into the general reading. We have 3 slots available for mini readings for folks who have subscribed to the live or to the Patreon. We still have the 25 days of Etta still going. So any of you who've gotten a reading, and you should have gotten your reading by now, whether it's the email or the video, right? Any of you who sent a donation, made a purchase, you are entered into the raffle to win $250. Please do not share your raffle number with anyone prior to the raffle. Okay? Okay. Miss Diva, you are welcome, and feel free to ask as many general questions about spirituality as your heart requires, right? And you can DM me, right? I won't DM you first, but you could DM me. Simply me, you're just in time. Robertson. I'm so thirsty. I don't even know why. I am so thirsty. Jeez Louise. All right. Marcy. Holy Spirit, what does the collective need to know? I'm turning away from the comments, by the way. The moderators are on deck to keep this space sacred and safe. And please, please, please keep track up for me of the people who request mini readings. I have 3 slots available. Holy Spirit, what message do you have for the collective? Y'all just wanted to get that out. For the collective on this Thursday, November 21st. One of the messages that came out before we went live is for those of you who are coming out of a season, because it's already happened. For some of you, it's about to happen, right? A season where it looks like you lost it all, right? Everything has been stripped from you, so to speak. You are reminded, because I know it doesn't feel good, but Spirit definitely wanted to take some time to remind you that everything happens for a reason. How things are playing out now are exactly how things are supposed to be playing out right now for you. We, as human beings, in our humanness, want to label it as good, bad, otherwise, disaster, devastating, hard. I don't know how much more of this I can take. All of those have been heard. They really hear you out, but as bad as it may seem now, as I didn't mean to pull that card, but as bad and as poor as it may seem now, it will get better. And whatever you had to lose, however your situation unfolded for you, understand that was the best possible option, right? You don't even know the battles that have gone on your behalf. You don't know how your name was speaking of in rooms by people that you haven't even met but know of you. You don't know that even though it looks bad now, it was supposed to be a dozen times worse. What other message do you have for the collective on this Thursday? Today is a good day. Thursdays are always a good day to do your money work. Where did that go? That totally disappeared. It fell. That's where it went. It fell on the opposite side of the card standing up. So we're going to leave you standing at attention right there. Ooh. Anything else for the collective? Anything else for the collective? And then we'll get one, because it's Thursday, right? From the Divine Feminines, right? The spicy deck. Goddesses, what message do you have for the collective? My New Yorkers. Those of you who are in the tri-state area with me, right? You know, we've been going through this drought, right? It's been more than 40 days and 40 nights. We were going on into like almost 2 months of not having any measurable rain, but it rained and it rained and it rained overnight. And it really felt like Oya was coming through to clear some things up, right? She came through to balance some scales, right? The sky gods definitely were at work last night. What other message, goddesses, do you have for the collective? You know, this is the spicy deck. Well, she's not too spicy. She's a little spicy. We'll leave that in the middle. And lastly, we'll get one from, what's the vibe on this Thursday? Jeez Louise, that is under the table, and we'll leave it right there. Anything else? As the sirens blare in the distance, I don't know if you guys could pick that up. When you have a higher spiritual calling, right? Because most of the people who follow the soul tribe, who are a part of the soul tribe, who follow Divine Love Talk, do have a higher spiritual calling. This time of year, like right after Halloween, things tend to hit the fan in the worst way possible. Take heart. And I don't know who has been crying, who has been really in the throes of desperation and despair. Just know that it will get better. And we always hear, new year, new me, next year is going to be the best year. And you're like, at this point, really, I've been hearing that. The person who's been like, I've been hearing this over and over and over again, and it never happens for me. My dear, it never happens for you, because while you're hearing it over and over again, you're getting signs over and over again. You're getting synchronicities over and over again. When are you planning on believing that they're talking to you? When are you going to believe that this can be an actual thing that manifests in your life? I know they say faith without works is dead, but you got to have faith first. You got to have that belief first. That being said, starting off with occupation, right? With 34, which is 7. It can talk about work and changing work a lot. During this time of year, a lot of people leave one job and start a new job that's more aligned with their values. But you see how she's just steadily focused on what she is putting together, what she is sewing during this time where it seems like things are falling apart, or it seems like nothing is happening. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep doing what you need to do to manifest what you want to manifest. It doesn't mean do anything extra, because we're still in the period of resting, relaxing, and prepared to receive. And preparing to receive, it means preparing to receive. If you're planning on, starting that new relationship, making sure you have space in your heart and your home to honor that relationship. It's about changing jobs, making sure you have the credentials, right? Even though the paperwork doesn't matter when you're called. But making sure you have the credentials and know how to attain that job. Cutting ties, using this moment. And it's crazy how she's sewing and we see the cutting ties with a whole bunch of yarn. The nation of gods and earth, right? Supreme mathematics, if any of you are familiar with that. 9, if I'm correct. Where's Lux? 9 is build and destroy, right? Having those moments where we're building and having those moments where we're destroying, where we have to have that tower, where we have to knock things down that weren't built on a strong foundation so we can rebuild them or build something new that better serves us in every single way. Then we have shame, right? And you see how it looks like she's doing one thing, but she's really thinking about, it feels like, covering her heart chakra, right? Showing up the way that she's supposed to in the physical, but not in the spiritual. This is now a good time in this in between as we're transitioning from one year into the next to really sit with self. We talked about this yesterday. Sit with spirit, right? And really have that communion so it is made clear to you what you need to cut off, what you need to let go of to manifest the life of your dreams, right? Having that decision towards those changes, which is with this 23, which is 5, right? And having those decisions be final. Where you're going, there's no turning back. Then we have Imagine, which came out in reverse, and Yang. This is another nod because it's been coming out quite frequently over the past 2 months to think big. Whatever it is that you are trying to create, right? Whatever it is you're calling into your life, into your experience, into your awareness, think big. And then when you're comfortable with that big thought, think bigger, because you're about to enter the era with this one in the receiving heart hands with all the stars and the fire. Shout out to my Aries. Sag. Is it Sagittarius season yet? Do we start to celebrate? I think we got one more day. I think so, right? Prepare to receive everything you've been asking for. Thrills, continuous cycles, bad decisions, addictions, seasons, and TikTok. More hands releasing the abundance, the blessings, the changes, the things that you have been asking for, right? Your season is getting ready to change. The seasons are changing here, at least in the Northeast, right? Where it's finally getting chilly as we're preparing to enter winter, right? Really, really, really reflect on those cycles you've been repeating, right? Those negative ways that you self-soothe and how you engage in, they say bad behavior, but it's more so behavior that feels good for the moment, but isn't aligned with the full vision that you have for yourself, with the full person you know yourself to be, right? We see this one all exposed and this one all covered up, which is not to say either one is right or wrong. There's a time to be exposed, right? Carnival is coming up, isn't it? I think I'm a couple of months too early for my West Indian folks, and a time to be covered up, right? But it's up to you to really sit with yourself, with your guides, and be clear about what's working for you and what's not working for you. And getting out of those, not only bad behaviors, but the negative self-talk, the ways in which you put yourself down and things of that nature. Start showing up in every single way possible as the person who has every single wish that they've ever wished fulfilled. Start showing up as the person who has, not is about to have, not is hoping to have, not had for a little while, but has all of the wishes they've ever wished fulfilled. Next, we have blood ties, inner circle, family. Who do you consider to be your family, right? I knew she was going to come out. Who do you consider to be your family, right? And they don't necessarily have to be blood related. Who's on your team, right? When we were talking to, good gosh, Your name escapes me now, but I remember when I look at the list again, right? About finding your soul tribe. When you're doing that work with self, clearly define who is on your team that's really for you and who's just around to reap the benefits of being around you. I know they say blood is thicker than water, but blood doesn't make you family, right? Integrity, loyalty, honesty. Those are just some of the things that make you family. It's a good time before these blessings start coming in because, and Spirit says this so many times, because you're empathic, right? Because you're this generous, kind-hearted, loving individual that people love to take advantage of. They really want you to get that behavior in check because once this blessing starts coming in, once this abundance starts coming in, when you enter your era of having so much that you don't know what to do with it. Did you know that the Garden of Eden had gold in it? And gold later on became useful as some type of currency? When we think of the Garden of Eden, they had everything that they needed. They didn't need to buy anything. They didn't need to borrow anything. Everything was just there at their disposal in abundance, right? They didn't have to ration or portion off anything. For some of you, not all of you, because all of you won't be able to handle it. And that's just being honest. Some of you are coming into an era where you have your Garden of Eden. Your wishes and prayers have created some sort of heaven on earth for yourself. And you being you, of course, you're going to want to share that with your nearest and dearest and A1s and the world. Well, that's how you deplete your resources, number one. And number two, most of the people that you're thinking of now as you're daydreaming about what your Garden of Eden looks like are not worthy. They're not deserving. If you heard the way they spoke about you when you weren't in the room, you would understand why Spirit is urging you to cut ties with people, places, and things that do not serve your highest good. Even if you get the slightest of inklings to let go so-and-so, let them go. You don't need the reason why. It's comforting to know the reason why. But besides that, what other purpose does it serve? Continue to co-create this wonderful future you guys have coming for you with your guides, with your ancestors, and let things flow into place. Last week, we spoke about whether you're a feminine energy or a masculine energy. We spoke about channeling your Oshun energy, knowing your worth, knowing your value. And whoever doesn't respect that, cut them off. You are a divine, magical being, and not everybody's going to see it. Some people are going to see it and going to pretend like they don't, and it doesn't exist. Some people are going to see it and try to humble you. And the last message that was posted before we went live, Spirit ended it by saying, in trying to humble you, they exalted you right into your era of abundance and prosperity. They thought they were going to bury you in the dirt. They thought by throwing you to the wolves, that would be the end of you. That only ended your cycle of you being anywhere close to their level and shot you straight to the stars, right? Do not forget about how magical you are. Like we said yesterday, if you found this channel, you found me and it vibes, you're far from ordinary. Feminine energy, gentleness, nurturing, mothering, going back to that Oshun energy. You know when you're in this relaxed energy, again, whether you're feminine or masculine, and you really, really have that energy of knowingness, things manifest for you on a dime. Like literally the slightest of things can manifest for you on the fly. It may not manifest right then and right there, But as soon as you say, by divine decree, I require, I am, right? Whatever your power statement is, the universe yields immediately. Case in point, the other day I was looking for a paperclip. No paperclips in the house because I wanted to paperclip a bag of something that I didn't want, to air out. And I was like, you know what? When the time is right, I will find a paperclip. I was in church the day after, and something said, here's your paperclip. I looked down, there was a big old paperclip on the floor in the middle of nowhere. Like, why would this paperclip even be here in church? But that is a testament on just how quickly and oddly things can manifest for us when we put it in the air. That's also a reminder to be careful of the things you add. I am, I want, I desire, the things that you say, because as soon as you say it, the universe is like, I got it. I'm on it. So you don't want to accidentally manifest some ish you don't really want. So be careful, right? As you sit in your Oshun. Oh, yeah, this one is super spicy. This one, I fumbled that so bad. I'm so sorry. This one is on the Patreon page, but that sacred lust, right? And we see this person with this 26, which is 8, which is karma, right? Being attended to by 2 different types of kings, right? And she's just having the time of her life to keep it TikTok safe. But this is a nod to standing in your energy and allowing things to come to you. If you believe that you are supposed to live a life where you are desired and pampered and everybody supports you in your dreams, then that's the life that they will bring to you, right? If you believe that you have to work hard and you have to do this and, there's meaning in suffering, then the universe will yield and bring that to you. Use your words wisely. Oh, she's standing on a lion like, oh, girl has it all, right? And as a side note, with the sacred lust, along the way in the journey, gotta find a TikTok way to deliver this, right? We all, as human beings, have some hang-ups about how we use our sacral energy, our first chakra energy, right? Our sexual energy, right? And when we first start discovering it and how it works and how it feels, it's a tad bit embarrassing. But as we mature and we understand our likes and our dislikes, we become more confident in our sacred, not just lust, but our sacred sexuality. Okay? And there's power in manifesting from that space. Just going to put that out there. Next, we have imprisonment. Great. That came out in reverse and going back to community, what we consider as family. Now, we typically, oracle cards, Kipper cards, we don't read in reverse, but the reverse does say, a lot of you who were on the live yesterday really took that whole statement of freeing your mind and sitting with it. And not only sitting with it, but doing the work to actually do that, to be that open-minded person, to be that person who sees themselves and the world as they and it is rather than what they think it is or what the illusion portrays it to be. When you start looking at things through your third eye, you start using your intuition, everything becomes clear and your mind becomes free to do other things. Keep that in mind. Biggest thing is to be yourself, quirks and all. Cut off whomever needs to be cut off and don't look back as you continue to prepare to receive everything you've been asking for. This has been a long, long road, and you will constantly get reminders of what you need to do. And it's probably going to constantly be the same: rest, relax, and prepare to receive. Most of you have done all the work to start this new season, to start this new era, to start this new chapter of living your version of happily ever after. As we learned a few weeks ago, a lot of you are at the point where the only person that can stop you from living your happily ever after is you. The only person that can come between you and your destiny or delay your destiny is you and what you allow, how you respond to the different things that's going on around you. And now that Mercury is almost retrograde, be careful of the things you choose to respond to. And definitely, never ever, but definitely during Mercury retrograde, try your best not to react, not to have something thrown in your lap and you immediately feel the need to do something about it. Sit with it. If you can, when possible, sit with it for at least 3 days. And if you still feel the need to pop off, then by all means, do what you gotta do. But in most cases, in 97% of the cases, you'll find that a response or no response will be enough, will be more than enough. That is your general message. Let's get into, we're going to put these spicy cards away. Let's see what you guys are chit-chatting about and then go into the love reading. And then we'll go into the personal readings. I know. Lux, not Lux. I keep mentioning Lux. How is Lux? How is the lovely Lux? I know Loka has that information for me. All right, let's see who's here. Classy. I truly need to work on not responding. I be wanting to pop off. Same. I would be lying if I said there wasn't a time or 2 or 5 that I popped off this year. I know I shouldn't have, but I'm human. Hi, Julio. How are you? I had to look up Walter McCarthy and see like his whole life and legacy yesterday, because I remember seeing him on TV when I was growing up and only understanding half of what he was saying, but being so enchanted by how he would move and how he would talk and how he would just take up space. So again, thank you. You know, Silvera, and people are always surprised, right? When I get into that, when I turn the other cheek and show that other side, like I don't sound intimidating, but the words that come out are not so nice. They're truthful, they're honest, but you know, I have to be very careful in that energy because as a healer, right, you also have the power to destroy. So while regular people can say a sentence and they'll be like, okay, Bobby just said that and you know, it's whatever. Yeah, I'll do better. But let me say the same words that Bobby said. And it's like you would think I ripped this person's heart out of their chest and made a salad out of it, you know? But that's because my words, even it's the same words, we can say the same exact thing to the same person in the same tone, right? But because Bobby is not a healer, it gets received another way. But with me, no matter how it comes off, if I'm angry or upset with the person, I become the villain, which is okay. It is okay. Who else is here? Who else joined us? Empress Eve. Well, hello. I want a wolf. You know, now that you mention it, Loka, I did dream of a wolf the other day. Now I gotta sit and figure out why I dreamt of a wolf. Layla, how are you? You said your third eye is blinking, Loka, and all I envision is the hazard lights in the car. That's all that popped up. Every time Etta pauses, I think TikTok took me out. Say that last part. Say those last four words 4 times fast. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the likes. Classy. I found a paperclip in my car yesterday. Where did it come from? Oopsie. Now on to manifest for our next magic trick, right? We're going to manifest. The Bentley. I was just thinking about the Garden of Eden after I ate these candles this man bought. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Naughty Honey Boo. Well, hello. Lynette, how are you? You Rush, how are you? Drew, Nicole, your birthday is tomorrow and you are a fellow Sag. Well, happy early birthday to us, right? Doodle, with your poor signal, at least you're here. Hi, Jessica. How are you? Well, a lot of you popped in. I feel like a turtle. I've been inside my turtle shell since April with good reason. With good reason. Are owls on your house a good or bad thing? Well, one owl without its partner. What color was the owl? And what was the owl trying to warn you of? When we see, and this goes back to that message that was posted, a week and a half ago, about looking out for different types of animals we usually don't see around our homes. And they specifically, if I remember correctly, said winged creatures, right? So really sit with that and let the imagery lead you to the message that the owl was trying to show you. Or they might just come back tonight to be like, listen, now that we have your attention, Forever Breezy, how are you? How are you? How are you? Silvera is also a native New Yorker. Momo, how are you? Thank you, Lynette. Thank you so much. I really enjoy you spending time with us on the live. Thank you, Emily. I appreciate that. All right. I don't even know where the list is. Simply Me. Hello, hello, hello. And Dominique. So I know Miss Nicole. Look, I'll put her old name down. All right, hold on. So we have Miss Nicole. We're going to do the love reading shortly, and then we'll do the personal readings. We have Loka, then Miss Nicole, and then... All right. I missed one. Who did I miss, Loka? Mavi! Hello, hello, hello. Thank you, Ilana. Same thing with bats, right? Chisenia, especially if you don't typically see them. Like in the moment, be like, okay, tap in, tune in. Let the energy transfer happen. Let the download occur, right? Crystal, hello, hello, hello. Hi, Grovito. I manifest for a baby. I get a new I get a new cat that I don't want. Well. Marcy, I think so too. So it is Loka, Miss Nicole, and wait a minute. Hold on. Because we said we want to make sure everybody gets a turn before. All right, cool. All right, everybody gets at least one turn before they could get a turn again for the month. And we're more than halfway. The month is almost done and we haven't gotten to everybody, but that's okay. That is okay. Was that Tiana? Just in time for the love reading? Hi, my love. How are you? I'll be driving from one client to another when I see the bats. That's a good time to turn off the radio and just say out loud, what do you want me to know? Is there anything I should know? Or are you just stopping by to say hello, making sure I'm good? Or something like that. Doodle, enjoy the rest of your day. You always know, Tiana. You always know. All right. Margie. Happy Thursday indeed. We're just going to go for a general love reading, right? We're not going to get too deep into things. But we're just going to get a general message about what we need to know as a collective when it comes to love. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Holy Spirit, what does the collective need to know about love on this Thursday? What messages need to come across on this day as we're starting to lose light? All right. This is your current energy. Ooh. What cycle is ending in love? So this could be in general love or the love within your relationship. What's ending, what's beginning, and what you need to expect before the end of November. What's going to happen before the end of November with this Emperor energy is making sure we do things in the right way, in the right time, with the right person. My Kipper deck has magically disappeared. And we never got to that card, which we will, because it's under the paper. Oh, that was fun. What else do we need to know about love? What does this collective need to know about love on this Thursday? We're just going to leave her right there. Ooh. Current energy, cycle that's ending, cycle that's beginning. Outcome before the end of November. I almost said October. Clarifying the emperor is the emperor, right? So we have the main male clarifying himself, right? So we're just going to leave that there. We're going to come back to this that we didn't get back to in the general reading at the end. But the reason why I left this out during the shuffle, it just kind of popped out, but it was upside down because it complemented the Emperor card, right? But the main male came out to complement the main female, which is the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And we don't read these in the reverse, but this is another reminder to those of you who are in your divine feminine energy, not just your vessel, right, but your divine feminine energy, to really channel your femininity, your sacred femininity, that Oshun energy, right? Channel your softness, especially in those moments where you do want to pop off, right? We're not calling you out, classy. We're just saying that you and Etta need to just really, really, in those moments when you really want to be in the throes of telling them about themselves and their mama and their this and their that and their cat, remember Oshun. and how she let her energy speak for her. She let the absence of words speak for her, because it's through saying little or nothing at all, people tend to understand you better. Just something for the collective to remember, right? Whether you're in your feminine energy or your masculine energy, if you're going to be in your masculine energy, be in your masculine energy. But if you're going to be in your feminine energy, whatever you come across, whoever you are with, whoever you are seeking to attract, every opportunity that life gives you throughout the day, make sure you are in your soft energy. So when that person cuts you off in traffic, you don't throw them the bird or rush to cut them off in traffic, even though that feels fun. And you get to hear your engine rev and all that greatness. But that is not the appropriate way to respond when you are on an elevated spiritual journey. You know that by the time you catch up with that person, either today or another day, justice will be served, and you will be put in a position to see that justice unfold. You don't have to do anything but stay in your graciousness, which is not to be confused with humbleness. And going back to, you could say a lot more by saying a lot less. Your current energy. Wheel of Fortune. Fixed signs especially, we know with all the cosmic happenings that has occurred for the year, right? The fixed signs are set, onto new 20-year cycles, right? You're going on a journey. Show up in your true sacred spirituality, right? Spirit's going to back to the softness and operating from a place of unconditional love at every single turn. As you're entering the season of abundance, which includes love and includes your partner, some of you are not going to like this. When it comes to you, some of you who feel that you are on a twin flame journey, on a soulmate journey, on a kingdom spouse journey, and your person's not acting right, because you're ascending and they're cosmically tied to you, they're going to get dragged along for the ride. It doesn't mean that you two may necessarily end up together. You might, but your ascension almost guarantees their ascension, unless they've done something within the union to specifically prevent that from happening. Like if they went out of their way to cause you roadblocks, tampered with your finances, maybe started engaging in black magic or anything, then this doesn't apply to you, right? Their spirit won't just let them pass go without doing the work. But if they've just been sitting in the dark, they're about to get beamed up into their next level. What cycle is ending? People not knowing your worth and value, right? And this is another reason to stay in your graciousness and knowingness, right? No matter how people try to play you, whether it's overtly or they do those inconspicuous, insidious type of gestures to throw daggers at you, you're entering a season where it doesn't matter, right? You've manifested the blessings that's coming in. You've manifested the happily ever after. Who's ever with you, your physical partner, your friends, those of you you consider family, right? Your soul tribe, are going to get some of the benefits of that. For those of you who are single, you're coming into a season where you're going to meet somebody who's going to know your value immediately and do what it needs to take, what it takes to assist you along your journey. Your true partner, whether you're single or already in a relationship or already partnered, married with somebody, right, is going to lead you to your wealth, right? Which is, may not be just, it's just not financial wealth, but your wealth and abundance on every single level, because it is your birthright. If your person and partner is not leading you this way, that means they're leading you in the opposite direction. And you need to consider whether or not to allow this person to join you. Some of you have no choice. They're just going to be strapped at the hip, right? And that's only for a few of you who are part of that. But you're entering a season where your thoughts, your dreams, your wishes, when it comes to not just love, but in life, are going to be manifested into your reality before the end of before the end of November, because y'all know that the Two of Wands is when I read these cards, this is one of my twin flame indicator cards. It's spirit coming together to say that these two individuals belong together, right? And this is definitely someone coming in who's not just financially wealthy, right? Not just Mr. Daddy Warbucks, but is somebody that could assist you along your journey of having that stability, of having that wealth, right? And we've gotten hints of this all throughout the past, I don't know, 2 months now, 3 months now, that this is coming in route. And that's another reason to be soft and respond more than react. That dream that seems like a silly dream that your person has, don't tell them that's a silly dream off the bat. Don't say, now, why would you want to do something like that? Don't. It might be silly, but don't downplay it right away. Think about it and see if there's any way that you can turn their vision into their reality. And this is for those of you who have a partner. Because being in a twin flame partnership, kingdom spouse partnership, as a divine feminine, one of the things that you are encouraged, almost required to do, is manifest your person's dreams into y'all's reality. You've already proven the ability to do it for yourself, but when you come into partnership, the onus is on you, because the masculine will have the vision. The feminine turns that vision into the reality. That is the message for love. All this security, all this stability that's coming in with this yellow on this Nine of Pentacles, it's screaming again that Oshun energy, right? And it's not about following the Orishas or walking the Eve of faith, because not all of us do that. Not all of us even know of that, but it's the energy of knowing your worth, knowing your value, and not allowing anyone, not even your own mama, to treat you any less than. And you are reminded that people will only treat you as good as you treat yourself. Going back to here, this is the same person. The person that he drew is the same person that's on this card. This is a confirmation to the readings that were posted before we went live. Specifically the one that says that they can't see their life with anybody but you. Keep that in mind, because sometimes when things seem too good to be true and you remember what your ex did and what this one said and what this one did, you think that everybody's the same. At one point, yeah, maybe everybody is the same, but just as we can grow, everybody else can grow too. Everybody else can become a better person. I don't think there's one person here on this live right now that's the same exact person they were 5 years ago, 3 years ago. Hell, a month ago. We're always changing and growing and evolving. And our counterpart, our twin flame, our divine partner can do so too. That's it, that's all. That's it, that's all. And my phone agrees. All right. I think Loka, you're first. As we get through these comments and I knock things down. It's Loka, Miss Nicole, and then Marcy. See y'all later for real this time. Bye, Doodle. Hey, oh, that's your confirmation, Classy. That is your confirmation. You gotta have a voodoo doll of me and put money in my pockets first. Hey now. Hey now. Now I like that idea a lot. A lot. A whole lot. Maybe too much. Maybe too much. Hi, Louise. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Lady Amalthea, thank you for the roses. How are you? Never settle, Malu. Never. Sila? Ooh, how are you? I'm glad you're trusting your inner knowing, Tiana. I'm really glad you're trusting your inner knowing. Hi, Spring. Morty, where are you going? Where are you headed to? Huh? 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 Hi, Teller. Wealthy rising indeed. I don't know, Classy. They just felt the need to throw us both under the bus. I guess when the time is right, I'll know all about driving in Texas. Y'all just gotta let me know where the sundown towns are. Oh gosh, Spring, how do we cultivate that softness with practice? Taking every moment to show that soft, sweet side. I'm like Boosie. Now that made me laugh because I felt that in my soul. I felt that in my soul. Honeybee, enjoy your nap. All right, Loka. Do you have a specific question or would you like a general message? General message for Loka. All right. You have the clear quartz, the tourmalated quartz, or the moldavite. Which pile is your pile? What do you mean you're having doubts? That's a first. The tourmalated quartz. Okay. It's too cute. What message does Aloka need to hear on this day? You have, the Three of Swords with the King of Pentacles, clarified by the established, settled, secure, and there goes that wealthy word again. Chaos, feminine energy. What's stopping you from turning your pain into profit? It's the biggest thing that they have like highlighted in like Hollywood stars, lights, camera, action type energy, right? Those signs, those marquees with the dozens of bulbs of little lights, right? What's stopping you from turning your pain into something that brings you stability? You're sitting on your gifts in a way that, not even so much your gifts, your experience, that can be sharing that experience with the world is the way to your wealth. Not everybody wants to be the richest man in Babylon, and they get it. But to have that energy where you have more than enough and everything is taken care of and you can relax without having to worry about this and that and ration things off and assign every dollar to go out the window just almost as quickly as it comes in, is in your processing of your past and your pain. And they're saying, don't do this all at once, right? Don't just put yourself out there because they're saying for you to put yourself out there, but at least, in the very least, start to consider on how your past moments of chaos, of disaster, of downfall, of things falling apart for you in the worst way, sharing that story and building community with individuals who are survivors as well, being that support for them. What's stopping you from establishing something for individuals who have gone through similar experiences of upheaval, disaster, and downfall? When Spirit talks about standing in your authenticity and walking in your purpose, for you, dearest Loka, that's what they mean. That is your message. Loka, your new name is Grumpy Smurf. Because every time, that's all that I hear his voice. I hear his voice. Miss Nicole. Oh, I feel you, Loka. But, hi, Crazy in Love. Our reading list is closed. If you would like a personal reading, that information's in the bio. Miss Nicole. Did you have a specific question, or do you need a general message? Classy. I like Oscar too. Ooh, I like Oscar. So, Miss Nicole, what's on your mind? Would you like a question answered or just a general message? Hi, Butterfly. Have Kate. Hi, Kate. Hi, Drama Queen. Her mom calls her Oscar too. Now that's cute. Whatever your spirit guides need to tell you will be given. We still have this card here, and something says to leave it for last, so that's what we shall do. You have the tourmalated quartz, the lapis lazuli, or the cowrie shell. Which pile is your pile? Okay. What does Nicole need to know most at this moment? What does Nicole need to know most at this moment? You have Four of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, right? I laughed because it was trying to pop out from the minute I popped up the deck. You have gotta make sure she's not naked. Radical Rebirth in the reverse, and at the bottom of the deck, Cosmic Power. Both in the reverse, right? But we're not reading these. We don't read the oracle cards in the reverse. Do not let a tough time get you down. It's the first thing they wanted to let you know of. Always, always, always remember who you are and the purpose that you serve. You are not a regular person. Stop doing regular things. You are made for greatness. Do not let anybody insult you or the bloodline that you come from. It's that same man again. He's not extremely short, but he's definitely an older man, maybe around the vicinity of 5'5", 5'6", 5'7", or maybe the fact that he seems short because he is leaning over, supported by a walking stick. The man with the dark skin, almost leathery dark skin, someone who's definitely spent a lot of time in the sun, has been basically screaming at you these past few nights, trying to remind you of who you are and what purpose you serve in this lifetime. There has been some progress, some work towards your elevation, towards your spiritual growth, towards your ascension, but he is upset and taking it personal, even though, and we have no way of determining whether or not something we say or do is going to be taken personal by our ancestors. Just this one particular masculine energy, he's like in shock that you've been having, some of the thoughts that you've been having, and moving in some of the ways that you've been moving. And it's more about him and his preferences and what he wants out of life. And now I'm getting yelled at, but that's just the therapist in me coming out. Then it is about you. His heart is in the right place, and he wants to see you progress, and he wants you to remember that you're a whole queen. Do not let the attitudes and behaviors of peasants get to you. Hear what they got to say, but don't take it to heart. With the person you are thinking of, things are supposed to come into balance, but that is a free will choice. Beautiful thing about the Queen of Pentacles, right? Not only does she represent abundance and wealth and prosperity, right? She's the embodiment of the phrase that I do not chase, I attract. Even with someone that you've been with for a long time, or even for a little while, you can change how they show up for you, not by demanding that they do this and they do that, but coming into balance with yourself, balancing your inner masculine and feminine energies, and then showing up for yourself at every single turn. And this is something that I had to explain to somebody the other day. At every single turn, make sure you are honoring yourself wholly and completely, because then people will honor you wholly and completely. If you honor yourself in this way, but then put the kids' needs first and then do that because this person needs that, you kind of shift yourself down and not take care of you first, even if it's the littlest of things, that person will know that there's opportunity for them to slack, because they may not be required to show up in that energy in a consistent basis, because you're not showing up in that energy in a consistent basis. When they said to, in the general reading, I believe, to reflect on what needs to be cut out once and for all, truly take a moment to do that reflection, right? And he says it's going to take more than a moment, right? Sit with your vision, sit with your dreams, sit with those moments where you get that nudge, you feel that breeze, and you're like, what's that? And a thought runs across your mind, and you're like, that means something. Sit with it. Write it down and then sit with it. As you embark on a season where things are going to look completely different than they do now. You've already been undergoing this rebirth for the past 4 to 6 months, but now you're going to really start to see the fruits of your labor. You just got to show up for you and the energy that you want the world and your person and everybody close to you to show up for you. That is your message. Whew. I don't know why I'm so thirsty. Jasenia, have a good day. Boogie, have a good day. Classy, have a good day. Hello, pretty face me. Hey, Boogie. Deanna, hi. You have been having a lot of weird dreams lately. Have you been writing them down? What have you been doing with them? Are you getting up and like, that was weird, and then going about your day? Or are you really making time to sit with them? Marcy, where art thou? Try to get into the habit of leaving yourself a voice note, Miss Nicole, or writing it down real quickly, the most important parts of the dream, or the parts that you can remember. Speaking of loss, Speaking of, I lost my dream journal. Where did it go? Lovely Jazz, how are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? How you know what's important in a dream? The part that sticks out the most. Marcy, did you have a specific question or would you like a general message? Well, lovely Jazz, I have no complaints either. I do have a request though. Jazz, I'm gonna need you. I got a little homework for you if you're up to it. Do you have the bandwidth to do a little bit of homework? A little bit of digging in your memory files and your memory bank to pull out a specific date and time for me? I would be like so forever indebted to you. And yes, I'm putting that on record. Jess? That looks like a yes. Remember that conversation that we had about Texas? That long conversation about Texas? And then something happened where Texas was mentioned. I'm not trying to put the whole story out there, but that should spark it. If that doesn't spark it, we'll talk about it later. If you can remember the day we had that conversation, I would be forever grateful. Okay. All right. Marcy and whatever she needs to hear. Thank you. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Jazz. Holy Spirit, what does Marcy need to hear on this day? And Jazz, take your time. It's like no rush. It just clicked for me right then and there. I was like, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Thank you, Jazz. All right. Marcy. What message does Marcy need to hear on this Thursday in light of the dreams and messages that she's been receiving and the things that she has been feeling? Marcy, you have the cowrie shell, the moldavite, and, geez Louise, the clear quartz. Which pile is your pile? We haven't used these guys. Get some fresh energy in the mix. Truzy, how are you? Marcy, that is a whole sun. Would you be referring to the cowrie shell? Sun, beaches, cowrie shell. You have the cowrie shell, the moldavite, or clear quartz. Which pile is your pile? Juicy, I'm happy to hear that you are blessed. Always and forever will be. The middle one. We'll go with the moldavite. So you have, the Two of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. Water and earth energy, things becoming grounded. Clarifying the Two of Cups is the Ten of Earth, and clarifying the Six of Pentacles is the Page of Air. This is a season, right? You're entering a time where things are coming into balance, right? In all areas of your life, not just your love life, but all areas of your life. This new version of yourself that you've been becoming. You've started to have those moments where you are pairing what's happening now to what used to happen. You've kind of given yourself a moment to evaluate where you've been and where you're going. And you've noticed that now that you have taken your spiritual journey, I don't want to say seriously or more seriously, but in a different way. It holds a different level of importance to you. You see the value in doing that because of how much your life has changed. You are reminded that when it comes to love, you will have that happily ever after, with this Two of Cups being clarified by the Ten of Earth, which is the Ten of Pentacles, which clearly says a very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things in life. Do not forget, right? Going back to that whole paperclip situation, if you can manifest small things, inconsequential things, you can manifest big things. It's your level of detachment that determines on how quickly that intention manifests into your reality. The Six of Pentacles being clarified by the Page of Air, challenging information, delays or changes to plans, truth delivered without tact. And this came up and I immediately saw the hags, right? The mother. We're not going to throw all your business out there, but you know, these three feminine energies that if we had our choice, just would not have as much energetic influence on what's going on, but they do. Understand that they will try to come and specifically provoke you. They will specifically say and do things to get under your skin because they know that they can, because they have before. It's been less and less over the past few months, but that's not... Excuse me. They didn't want me to say that. That's not stopping them from trying to get under your skin, get you out of character, right? And get you into doing things that you have grown from doing in the past. Right? You're not that person anymore. You're not the Marcy of 2 years ago, going back to that love reading, right? You've been able to manifest this, that, and the third. And these are concrete, real life, different things that have made a difference in your world, that have made a positive change in your world. Keep going. They're going to keep looking. They're going to keep paying attention. They're going to keep trying to do everything to make it seem like the situation with you-know-who is something that it's not, because one of them is around. I don't know. It feels like the mother, right? She might even physically be on the live right now. But she's definitely always trying to tap into your energy and trying to figure out what you're up to, because she's looking for evidence to go back and be like, you see, I told you, and you see, she's doing this and she's doing that. It's a lot of nonsense that she's into. Pay her no mind and keep showing yourself just how much of a magical human being that you are. That is your message. My goodness. She's heavy. Karate chopped me in the throat and all. And it's like, when people, especially people who walk Ifa, who walk Isheshe, who walk Voodoo, right? It has been turned into something that it's not supposed to be. We have this authority, we have this relationship, we have this ability that's given to us, right? Because we're humans and there are other beings. But it's not to cause mayhem and maliciousness and be cruel to one another or mistreat one another or do things to elevate ourselves in ways that we're not supposed to or alter our destiny. We're given these things to aid us in manifesting our destiny, which doesn't mean that we get to step on other people's toes along the way. It doesn't mean that we get to just use it as we see fit. Now, we have this beautiful thing called free will, so technically we can use the gift as we see fit, but we were never supposed to. We were never set to use our ability of creation, all right, of protection to destroy because we think because so-and-so did this back in the day that they're supposed to always do this. That because so-and-so was in a relationship with this person, that they should always be in a relationship with that person, right? Regardless of what the soulmate theory says, regardless of what God is trying to do. This is where a lot of people get in trouble and they forfeit their blessings because they use their gift of the bippity boppity boo. They use their connection with these ethereal beings to manifest mayhem in the lives of others for no reason, even if they're doing it for the reason for justice to be served, for some type of vindication. Justice is the Lord's for a reason. The Creator, right, the supreme being that watches over all of us, right, sees things that we don't see, hears things that we don't see. So we be wanting to crash out over one simple thing, but we don't even know the whole picture. So when people like the mother, Marcy, come around and they're doing this, that, and the third to manipulate somebody's free will, they will be given a time to do that. And they will be given a time to walk away from that energy, to repent, if you will. And some of us, we feel that they've been given way too much time. And we know they'll never repent. But Spirit gives them that leeway. And the more they go is the more rope that they're using to, I can't say that phrase on live, right? We'll get the ban. But you catch my drift. This is why, and I don't blame people who are afraid of mystics, who are afraid of people who practice voodoo, who walk with the Orishas, who practice Santeria. I get where that fear comes from. Because far too often, people who walk that faith use their magic in a baneful way, use that magic in a self-serving way, and it was never intended for that. It was intended for our protection and to help us manifest our destiny. Understand that she will be dealt with one way or another, and that's not on your hands to do. Your job is to continue doing what you've been doing because you see the results you've been getting. You see what staying in your calm, in your peace, and just practicing gratitude and not wishing harm on those that wish harm on you has done for you. Let her tucker herself out. Eventually, folks like her turn into scorpions. You know that scorpions, the insect, right? Happy birthday to my Scorpios, by the way. Scorpions, when they get into a tizzy and they get frustrated at doing whatever it is that they were attempting to do and they just can't get it done into the way that they want it done, they get so angry they end up themselves. It takes some time. It takes some patience. But it always, and from what I've seen personally, it won't happen today, it won't happen tomorrow, but they always do themselves in and get to meet their maker with their whole bag of crimes to atone for. And that's it, that's all. I think it's a good idea that you do stay and continue to stay far away. Folks like her will never have the best intentions for you. She will always do things that are self-serving and protect her interest, right? And everybody thinks they're right. Everybody thinks that they know. But it's hard to be right, and it's hard to know when you only have a fraction. You only have one puzzle piece of a puzzle that has 1,000 pieces. He'll see it. He'll see it. And the hope is that he sees it before it's too late, right? That's always the hope. That's when you stand in the knowingness that every dog has their day. And that goes back to another one of the messages that were posted about being thrown to the wolves. Use that as a word, use that as a mantra, that every time she does XYZ, it only adds to your blessings. Every time she lies on you, it only adds to your blessings, or it adds to your bank account, or it adds to whatever level you want to add to. Transmute that energy, right? Since people want to be throwing around their energy all willy-nilly, you want to play? Let's play. That is your message, Marcy. You want to play? Let's play. Let's do this. Let's dance. Before we wrap up the live, does anyone have any general questions, thoughts, feelings, anything they want to share with the collective about anything they were feeling while the messages were coming out? Now would be the time, or forever hold your peace. Not forever hold your peace, right? You could always DM me with that information if you want to chit chat, right? Or if you want to seek deeper clarity, you could get a reading. Or if you need a healing, we offer that too. Or mentoring, that's on the menu too, right? We do it all. We do it all. And do not be surprised. Do not be surprised if ever. It's only happened 2 times in the 2.5 years that I've been doing this online, because I've been doing it offline a lot longer. But I do turn away clients. If your name pops up and your guides or my guides tell me no, it's a no. And I can't turn that no into a yes. I be forgetting to tell you guys that. And I think I need to write that down somewhere in the readings and stuff, or maybe I put that in the about section on my website. But I cannot and I do not do healing or work with everybody. I can't. All right. After saying we do it all, I don't offer tarot reading classes. I offer mentorship. And the reason why I don't offer tarot reading classes in itself, because while every card has a textbook meaning, so to speak, but based on Western tradition or based on Eastern tradition, right? But tarot and how I was taught to practice the arts is more of an intuitive thing. It's more of your guides using the cards for illustrative purposes. Some readers, oh my God, they will throw the whole internet at you if you do not get the accurate description of the card itself. But for me, it's not about the accurate description. Like, I know, like, cups is water and swords is air, like the basic stuff. But the deep textbook meanings, I don't know. Like, I have books for all these cards. I haven't read one of the books on these cards, right? Because it's all supposed to be intuitive. So rather teach tarot, I teach folks how to tap in deeper with their own intuition. And for those of you who are on the journey, don't let anybody, whether it's reading the cards, reading scrying, right? Using the water bowl and different types of divination. There's no wrong way to do it. However, your guides are guiding you to do it. That's the way that you're supposed to do it. It's not mathematics, right? 1 + 1 does not always equal 2 when you're doing divination. Hola, Adrienne. How are you? Boogie, I can't wait for your tea because I'm gonna make some hot cocoa because I'm cold. Um, and I'm gonna read through my emails and my text messages and try to catch up to everybody today. Try. That's the word for today. So no, that I guess that answers your question, Choosy. How should I address my guides? However they want you to, right? If you work with alongside one of the ATRs, right? There is, suggestions, but typically you come as you are, right? You might find it easier to speak to them as you were speaking to a dear friend. And it all comes to you. Like when you hold that space and you're in that quiet, and that's another reason they've been pointing towards making space for meditating, especially as the year is about to transition, they will show you. You can Google different things. You can go on YT and look up different things. And there's a whole bunch of people here on TikTok saying to do it this way and do it that way and do it this way. And I can teach you. Nobody can really teach you how to speak to your guides. They can hold your hand and show you and offer that comfort and support, because when you just start doing it, you might think you're a little delulu. You might think you're a little cray-cray, right? Because it's akin to hearing voices and you're seeing visions in your head, and those visions you're now seeing in front of you, and things that, you thought were a dream or a thought, you now see playing out in real life. When that happens for the first time, let's face it, it's a bit spooky, right? But then you get used to it and realize that this is how they speak to you. And I don't like birds, but yet they keep using birds. I could choke the other day. I was like, my familiar is probably a bird, and they're probably mad as hell at me because I'll watch them from afar, but and something about the feathers and birds. I'm working on it, but it's just, right? So they'll send me other signs, or if they need to use a bird, like they used the hawk last week, they'll make sure it's just close enough for me to get it, but not close enough for me to scream or get scared. And when you call out to them, especially, and like this, like I'm speaking to you right now, they hear you. You know how some of you may have experienced that you're in the house and you have a thought, or you say something out loud that's bothering you, and then that's when your water bottle pop, or you'll hear a tap in a random area of your house, right? Or a random creak, yet you're the only one home. And when you look it up, it says the house is settling. Maybe, but usually that's your guide saying, I heard you, received. I got it. I'm here. Tell me some more. Let's keep this conversation going. Some people do it in front of their altar. Some people are the altar. Queen, I'm very happy to see you. I'm very happy to see you. How are you? Biggest thing on this journey is to trust your intuition and don't let anyone, I don't care if they are Beyonce's high priestess that she works with, don't let them tell you that you're doing anything wrong. As long as you're following your intuition, you're doing it right. Roxy, hello. Hi, Tammy. My sister needs help. Oh. Kate, keep asking questions, right? Especially about the things that you've been feeling, the things that you've been seeking, and start with one thing. How do you manifest? How do you transmute pain into power? How do you deal with the evil eye? How do you do protection work, right? Use these as subjects like you would in school, like math, right? We would have division, addition, subtraction, multiplication, right? Not in that order, right? But we break it down. Break it down into the different topics. And as you do the research, your guides will show you, because at this day and age, where most of the information out there is junk, but not all of the information out there is junk. They will show you how to sift through the good things, just like the Bible. Most of it has been tampered with, but the good stuff is still in there, right? They'll teach you where to go and what information is valuable to you in your journey and what information is not so valuable to you in your journey. But you have to set that intention. Start with setting the intention on what subject you want to tackle for the day, for the week, for the month. Start journaling about it. Start journaling about, when I had this conversation with my guides on Tuesday, 3 days later, this happened. 7 days later, this happened. 21 days later, this happened. Things come to you, but then you don't know how to process them. Then it's time to get with a mentor, right? If there's no one in your family, like an aunt, that you can trust with this information to help guide you, lean into a mentor that can help you find that switch that needs to be turned on for things to come into understanding. Not someone who's going to tell you this is this and that is that, but someone who can lead you into discovering that switch that needs to be turned on that's currently off. Because once that switch is turned on, Kate, it'll become easier for you to process this information. I would say sign up with me, but you have to really be comfortable doing that. See what's out there, see who else is offering mentorship and things of that nature, and see who best resonates your soul. I'd love to help you, but I also need you to be with the person who best fits you on your journey, and only you can determine that. Being on Divine Love Talk, right? Being a part of the community helps, because a lot of interesting information comes out. Like yesterday, we were given 3 keys. What those 3 keys were and why they listed it as 3 keys, I don't know. But when I upload the video today, I will list it out in the description box so we can go back to that. Back to Tammy. She's having a lot of problems in her marriage with her husband and co-wife. Understandably, for numerous reasons. And I get that you want to help her, Tammy. I do. It's very pious of you. But you also don't like to see her in this much anguish, and I get it. If she's comfortable with it, you can tell her to reach out to me and see what type of help she's seeking to have. But that is more of a conversation that we should have off of the live, if you're up to it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, boogie, woogie, woogie. I mean, she's not wrong. All right, it's almost completely dark here, even though it doesn't look like, well, it does look like it's completely dark. We're going to log off. You guys know where to find me. Understand, I will never DM you first, but I will always eventually get back to your DMs and respond to you. I'm gonna look at your messages, Boogie, because I need to see these pictures. I've been holding off and making sure I got everything done, because I know as soon as I open up those pictures, I'm going to be inundated in your energy. And the energy of the newest nephew of the Soul Tribe. So I should say then that that's the reason why sometimes it takes me a while to get back to messages, is because I know as soon as I tap in, I'm going to just, that person's energy is just going to be all over me. And I'd rather take care of the easy stuff first and then get into you. That being said, if you guys need me, you know where to find me. Stay blessed. It's Thursday. Do something spontaneous, safe but spontaneous, and stay blessed.